Over the summer, in the end of August, I filmed a video of one of the teacher trainings that was called Stop the Bleed. And I went into school during the summer and I filmed the training and I filmed a montage of the teachers practicing the training itself. And so I used that video for my feature on Coxmill because it was a Coxmill High School training, which included a lot of teachers and stuff like that. And then I also used the montage part for a silent film since it was about a minute or two long of footage, but there was no sound. It was just music behind it. So I already had those actually done beforehand, so I put those into my portfolio, and that was two less videos that I had to worry about making. I think the most difficult thing, the most difficult writing thing to do is like when you're writing about yourself. And so when we had to do our resumes, it was rather difficult to come up with like a concise list of everything that we had done over the years, and it needed to be in a specific order and in a specific way. So that like making the resume was a lengthy process because there was a lot of going back and forth between what we wrote and the changes that you made for us, and so we just kept changing it up. And now I'm very happy with the way my resume looks, and it's actually something I would submit to colleges and jobs and stuff like that because of how professional it looks and how concise everything is to the point where it needs to be. So that's what we worked on for a majority of this week. We also worked on a cover letter alongside with the resume, and so our cover letter just kind of talked about my cover letter just talked about how I want to have a future position at the School of Journalism for wherever I go. And I talked about different courses that I've taken, like broadcasting and leadership, and how I have a internship at a newspaper, and how all of that like adds to my creations. And so, um, yeah, a lot of this week was just going back and forth between, and the following week was just a lot of going back between like fixing our documents and stuff like that. And we had a lot of music video filming in the middle of this too, so it was a lot of spaced out stuff this week. So this week I worked on my creative writing piece, and what I did with that is I wrote about a story about how I went to Italy and I didn't like pasta, and I it was a simple story, but I made it a really like deep meaning behind it. And so I worked on that, and I also worked on my leadership and collaboration this week, which is also in my portfolio. And basically, for that, what I did was I talked about one time that I took a leadership role in something that I did over the years, and I talked about how I was officer of so many clubs, and especially for a specific program that I work with, a leadership program. And I talked about the different things that I did during that my internship there and how it helped, like what my role was in the thing. So that was my leadership component that I did for this week. So this week I filmed a PSA through my student council. Like our senior student council was supposed to submit a video, a PSA about human trafficking, and we to a competition that we've been doing for a few years now. I can't remember the name of the competition off the top of my head right now, but so basically what we did for that was it's a human trafficking PSA competition, and so we um, created a video that I directed and filmed and edited, and it was a very dramatic and serious video. So I specifically chose not to put any music behind the content. So as it may seem like it's disengaging, I feel like it adds much more of a seriousness effect to it because we don't have like music that's playing. And it was a lot of fun to make because I worked with my senior student council, so I love working with them. And I worked with Lindsay Weber, McKenna Magoo, and Mackenzie Kime, so they were amazing to work with. And we basically just made a fact sheet about and picked out facts that we wanted to include in it, and we had mini skits in it to keep the audience engaged. So it's not just facts after facts after facts, and we filmed it in a way that was dramatic enough to get the point across, but also serious enough to for the viewers to understand the meaning of it. And so that was my project that I did for this week, basically. So I decided to wait until the end of the filming and editing of the music video, just because I knew if I did one every week, it would be a lot of the vlogs that are similar to each other, and I didn't want to do that. So I just wanted to make one vlog that concludes the entire music video process. So for a lot of the music video was a lot harder than we expected it to be. There was a lot more pre-production and like planning that we should have put into it than we actually did, which would have made the rest of it go smoother. But I think that we definitely had our ups and downs, and although the product, our final product, didn't turn out as good as we wanted it to be, we learned a lot through doing this project. We learned new editing techniques, we learned how to work better with our group, we learned patience, and I think it was a good learning experience regardless of how the video turned out in itself. I think that had we done more planning, it would have been better, and had we done a few more practice rounds with the whole filming itself and gotten more of the school involved in a better process, we would have had a better turnout and a much better product. But other than that, I think it was a good experience to learn how to do teamwork and new skills and stuff like that. So I'm not upset about how it turned out. It could have been better, but it wasn't bad. So yeah. So just a few days ago, actually, this is my next to last vlog, but a few days ago, Matt and I filmed a video because we were realizing that we were one video short, and so we decided to film a commercial together, and Austin helped with it. He edited the footage, and so basically what we did is we made it a funny commercial, and it was imitating that of the My Strange Addiction videos or shows, and so we pretended that Matt had a strange addiction to ducks, like toy ducks, and we made him out to be the addict, and I was the commentator that said like he had an issue and stuff, and I thought it was really funny and fun to make because you don't normally see like Matt in videos and stuff like that, and it was just like, it was fun overall, and it was a very quick thing, but I think it turned out really amazing actually for the amount of time that we had to film this and edit it. So yeah, that was my project for the last few days. So I know I didn't film a vlog every single week, but I tried to get a gist of everything that we did throughout the semester, at least most of the things we did throughout the semester. I wanted to do a vlog every week, but there were just some weeks that like we only filmed for the music video, or we worked on one assignment the entire week, and I didn't really think it was worth filming for, so I tried filming every other week if I could. And so I think I have a good consensus of everything that we did throughout the semester. I really enjoyed this semester in broadcasting 4. It's actually really sad that it's my last broadcasting out of all of the other one, out of all of high school. This class was actually the reason why I picked coming to Cox Mill over going to Cannon High School or Cannon School, and so I'm really glad that I took that opportunity to go to Cox Mill to be a part of the broadcasting program, because it has taught me some invaluable lessons over the past 4 years. Ms. Prada, you've been an absolutely amazing teacher, mentor, and you've been more like everyone's mom, and that has been like the most amazing thing ever. I've learned so much from you, and I've learned so much from my peers, and I would recommend this class to any and everyone who has the opportunity to take a class like this. I've not only grown as a person, I've broken out of my shell, I've learned more editing skills, I've learned more writing skills, I've just grown a lot as a person, and I can definitely see that from broadcasting 1 to broadcasting 4 and how much things have changed. And I wish I could take this class again, but sadly I can't, but I've really enjoyed my time here, and I've really enjoyed broadcasting 4 as a whole, and I hope you enjoy my portfolio, and I hope you've enjoyed having me in class for the past 4 years. And yeah, so I think this concludes all my vlogs for the entire portfolio. I can't think of anything else that needs to be added in there. Loved working with my group. I think we've definitely made a strong bond over this class, and I'm proud of the work that I've submitted this year. Thank you.